Okay. Alright. So, now that we've gone over with the top, now that we've gone over like 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, right? We gone over like 5 games in my top 6 list. I think it's time to like talk about some like worthy mentions of the Khaiza channel, right? And I think one of the worthy mentions is Guilty Gear Strive, right? Guilty Gear freaking Strive. Oh my god, this game. Yeah, this legit full game came out in 2021, and it kind of revitalized the FGC and fighting games in the COVID era, right? Right? Like, it is a Guilty Gear game. It is a very... It's not a high-octane Guilty Gear game, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like Xrd, nor is it Guilty Gear, Accent Core, where Accent Core and Xrd are very much just wild, fucking, high-octane, trippy games of the Guilty Gear series, because they're fast as fuck. Guilty Gear Strive definitely feels a lot more slower, but it still retains some of the more fast elements that are in old Guilty Gear games. This is very much like if Street Fighter and Guilty Gear had a baby, and this is like what it is, you know? Like, you have like anime footsies, and that's literally what Strive is. You know, you have characters that are really simple versions of their counterparts from Xrd or even some of like the older games, right? They do like less. They're not crazy like how they are in an Xrd, but they do feel nice with some moves being taken out and some moves replaced with others, right? That's what Strive is, and you know, I appreciate that, right? I appreciate that, considering the fact that like how well Strive did for the FGC. Like, this is like the one game in 2022 that's not only like a fighting game, that's not only a new modern day fighting game that came out, right? But it is like a fighting game with ridiculously good netcode and that everybody loves and plays to this day. Like, you know, we have seen rollback netcode games before in fighting games, right? We've seen Killer Instinct, we've seen MVCI, Skullgirls, Them's Fighting Herds, MKX, right? All those ridiculously as fun fighting games, but they didn't for some reason pop off as, I mean, Killer Instinct, of course, definitely did pop off because it is a fun fighting game. MVCI, well, let's not talk about MVCI. Let's not talk about MVCI. Skullgirls is meh. Fighting Herds is meh. MKX is there, but not to the point of like MK11, which people still play to this day, you know? It is like the fighting game that revived the Guilty Gear or anime fighter community, and brought back the FGC, you know? Because once COVID hit, right? Once COVID hit, a lot of players had to like go back to some of their old shitty like delay-based fighting games. Like they had to like play online. They can't go like outdoors anymore because at the time COVID was like popping, and you know, not many people can go out as much as they freely wanted to in COVID. It sucks. And so what choice did a lot of FGC players have is play online, but they can't play online in Guilty Gear, or no, sorry, in older fighting games, right? Because the netcode is trash. But with Guilty Gear, with the rollback netcode announcement, everybody flocked to Guilty Gear. Everybody instantly became a Guilty Gear player. You have players like Justin Wong playing Guilty Gear, IFC Yipes, Punk, so many FGC dudes that are playing this game right now, man. All I could do is play online. I don't have locals where I live. Yeah, Wait, you don't? Wait, you don't? Wait, you don't, Crazy Spanks? Georgia doesn't have any, like, good locals that are safe and are optional? Nope. Damn, dude. But I not... Well, not where I live. Ah, okay. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure in Georgia there must be. There must be in some places. But, to be fair, Guilty Gear has, like, online tournaments because the rollback netcode is so praised, right? And, you know, Ark was like, oh shit, this game popped off, quick, go back to BlazBlue. And yeah, that's a true sentiment because, you know, it is the anime fighting game that, like, Arc System Works definitely put in time and effort to put rollback netcode in. They put rollback netcode in Accent Core, which is phenomenal. A lot of players are now playing Accent Core, but it is a fast as fuck Guilty Gear. Added rollback to Guilty Gear Strive, right, which is what we talked about. And now they're adding a rollback netcode to DNF Duel and BlazBlue now. Like, BlazBlue Central Fiction, like, holy shit, Arc System Works is, like, getting some W's, man. No longer will we bound by the shackles of delay-based netcode. We can actually play like proper human beings. Albeit that depends on, like, who you're playing against. If someone is like a Mei player, who's just constantly fucking gorilla with Wi-Fi, then you're gonna oust the fuck out of him. Yeah. Oh my god, there's a Totsugeki animated emote. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh Jesus Christ. Spooky dog. Fucking god. But, like, when is the BB game? You know, to be fair, it's not gonna happen anytime soon, Dan. I am sorry. They're not gonna do another BlazBlue game until, like, maybe after DNF Duel, or maybe, like, another Guilty Gear game. Because I feel like... Yeah. Yeah, because, like, don't get me wrong, I played BlazBlue. It's a fun anime fighting game, but I feel like it belongs with the times, you know? It's definitely like that sprite-based or like anime sprite-looking artwork that, you know, Arc System Works, I feel like should now be focused onward with like the 3D graphics, with how much you can do with 2.5D, and how much visuals can you like pop out in Anime Fighter, and they pretty much perfected that with Guilty Gear Strive. Like, look how, like, not to be rude to like BlazBlue, but look how pretty this is. The only way I can see like BlazBlue getting like a good like graphical update of some kind is that they were to like take the Skullgirls route. Cause damn, dude, Skullgirls, you're not gonna tell me Skullgirls doesn't look fire, bro. Every character looks like they're animated so like crazy, like, you know, and that's HD sprites. In sprites like BlazBlue, you could definitely see like the pixels on pixels of characters. With Skullgirls, they have with Lab Zero. Let's see, with Lab Zero, they definitely honed that shit down. We'll see. Remember when GG, SF, and MK came from? Yeah, like the old school era, like the 90s and shit. You know. You know. But other than that, right? It definitely plays like a Guilty Gear game, right? Strive definitely plays very much a toned down Guilty Gear, and that's how it be, and that's how it do. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh, sneezing. Sneezing, man. Jesus Christ. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, yeah, but Guilty Gear is definitely like a toned down Guilty Gear game. It is very much the Street Fighter of the Guilty Gear series. No ifs, ands, or buts. It is it is that way because characters do less than what they do. They are now more focused on like footsie or like tick throws into like grabs or like just crazy like insane combos that only a few characters can get from like full risk gauge. And that's really it. I think the only combo can like the only character can like do that is like Mei, because once the opponent is like full risk gauge, oh my god, get ready to like be bounced a lot. Get ready to be like wall bounced a lot, dude. Holy shit. But what else for Guilty Gear, right? Oh, story? Story is really good. Well, no. I shouldn't say that for Guilty Gear. Story is definitely not good. It is like a fucking madhouse. It is a fucking mirror house of horrors, of just like how convoluted that story mode for Guilty Gear is, man. Jesus Christ, have I not felt more confused in the Guilty Gear story than in my life? That would be rather safe for something like Wooly Versus videos. Yeah, but you know, that's Guilty Gear, right? That's Guilty Gear. Oh yeah, the lobbies, right? The lobbies are pretty good. Lobbies feel a little bit more fleshed out. They literally had to go through like 3 fucking betas, 2 of them being rollback and 1 being delay based. But I feel like, you know, it's funny. The lobbies in Guilty Gear Strive are not the quality points of the game, because, you know, they look so weird compared to like Exard, where they had like these little like chibi bots that just like walk around and you could customize those chibi bots any way you like. I'd rather take the chibi bots than these like fucking pixelated characters, you know? But it is what it is. You know, I will take like godlike online than fucking pixel lobby avatars, right? Yeah, we'll go to here, right? Final Fantasy VII Remake integrate, or like an expansion pass of the game, right? Now, be it, right, you know, oh, Khaiza, it shouldn't be counted, right? It shouldn't be counted because only like games from 2021 should count. But here's the thing. We had like expansions of games like Final Fantasy VII, like Ghost of Tsushima, that, you know, if you have played them last year, you know the feeling. It's great. Play them again with like new rules and a new update. It feels like a brand new game all over again. And it definitely fucking shows. Like, Final Fantasy VII integrate just like makes the combat already better in Final Fantasy VII. Just like controlling this like very underage girl. Very underage girl that is a assassin or like a ninja from Wutai, and is there to collect materia, and is somehow in Sector 7, just like in like the plot of fucking main game FF7, right? Guys, just like, wait, what? We get to play as Yuffie prior to her initial appearance in Part 2? Jesus, man. Wow. And Yuffie is a fun character, not gonna lie, man. Yuffie is fun as fuck. Just doing like ninjutsu shit, just doing like ninja combat, and then you have like a secondary character by the name of what was it? Excuse me. But then you get this like playable character. But then you get this like quote unquote playable character named Sonan, and he is like a buddy to Yuffie and just like rides around with you at all times. It's super fucking sick, man. You get to do like team synergy with Sonan and do like ninjutsu stuff. It's really fucking cool, man. Jeez, man. It's just like they improved the game. They improved the game by like a country ton just by like adding one or more characters. It feels like Square Enix is like testing the waters of Final Fantasy in preparation for part 2, for Remake Part 2, and it's super fucking badass, man. But the story for like Integrate is that Yuffie enters Sector 7 prior to her initial release, teams up with Sonon to like steal some materia, and they go to like Shinra headquarters, and it ties with like Final Fantasy Crisis Core, or no, not Crisis Core, sorry, Dirge of Cerberus, with like Deep Ground, and with like Weiss and Nero and like all those like shitty little fuckheads from Dirge of Cerberus, the Vincent Valentine game, right? And it definitely shows, right? It definitely fucking shows. But like I'll forgive like FF7 for that, because you know Dirge of Cerberus was not a it wasn't the greatest of games, all right? Let's just agree to that. It was a weird idea. That was like Square Enix trying to figure out what to do with like the action genre with Vincent Valentine. He's a shoot man. It's kind of like a prototype Guardians of the Galaxy, or with different weapons and whatnot. But yeah, like I liked the game. It felt like playing the game brand new in my face again. I definitely like the combat. I definitely like the new areas that you get to like go to in Shinra headquarters and Sector 7. Oh man, like it feels so great. And especially like the ending cutscene, right? Who could not forget like the ending cutscene of Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, with like the tease of Zack showing up at Eric's church, right? That's like an infamous cutscene that will like set up like the fucking time bending bullshit, or like some shit like that in Remake Part 2, which is really gonna be what the hell, what the fuck, you know? But other than that, you know, I dig FF7. Just wish there was like more info about FF7 Part 2. That's only like my only gripe, right? Because man, does it make me want to play FF7 again in preparation for Part 2. I really want to see what Part 2 lies beyond, right? I want to see where they go to. And we got a little bit of a tease with Part 2 with like that ending cutscene, which I was like talking about before, right? But damn, man, it's so... I can't wait. It's kind of like what was it? I'm impatient for my food. I want that food now, you know? But Square Enix will take its time. I'm pretty sure they'll like improve on some stuff based on like the feedback and like all the stuff that they did for Remake and shit like that, you know? I have like no doubt that they will like put out like a banger, you know? Which is funny because like I never like talk good shit about Square Enix, you know? Square Enix is a company, but only like I don't like everything about Square Enix. That's the thing. That would be like a Square Enix fan nut. But yeah, FF7 Remake Integrate was a fun ride. You know, I really appreciate that. So another word you mentioned, chat room, is Ghost of Tsushima. Another word you mentioned is Ghost of Tsushima. Oh my god, man. This is like Final Fantasy VII Remake levels of like, I played this game about like a year ago, and once they came out with like an expansion, I was like, oh man, time to be a ninja samurai and fuck some Mongols up, bro. And I definitely got what I like deserved, you know, a fun ride. Holy shit, it was such an orgasmic trip just to play Ghost of Tsushima again, relearn the controls, and to like, you know, have a blast with this game, man. This game was just too much fun when I first played it, the base game, and now with this like expansion that deeply recalls Jin's past, because literally the story of this expansion is You defeated the Mongols. You defeated Kublai Khan. Khotan Khan, yeah, Khotan Khan, right? You have spared your uncle, and now now you're just a wandering ghost ninja. And where does the game take you next? On the island of Iki, which is like the island where Jin had his traumatic experience of him witnessing his father's death. And the whole game is really like that. Just going through your past and just like rediscover your roots, but in a Mongol slang way, you know. I really dig that about this game. I just like loved it. Loved it to a T, you know. Again, it's one of those games where it's like, oh, I played it a year ago. Oh, there's this expansion that came out. Alright, let me play it just to, you know, try it out. Holy fuck, man, do I miss this game now. Holy fuck, do I miss this game. God damn, man. I really do love this. I really do love Ghost of Tsushima. In my opinion, when, like, the 2020 Game Awards was, like, going around, right? I wish that this game took the prize instead of Last of Us. Honestly, chat room, I'll say it. Last of Us, you know, it got what it deserved, right? In a good way, right? It took like the 2020 Game Awards award. But damn, man, I feel like you got more bang for your buck. I feel like you got more natural environment and like just all around good feeling generalness in Ghost of Tsushima than in Last of Us. Because Last of Us was pretty much like a revenge story told Coffin please The Last of Us 2. Yeah, like you can have like Last of Us 2. I mean, I was never a big Last of Us guy to begin with. I saw the game, I saw the story via a gameplay walkthrough. That's as much Last of Us as I'm going to get. I just didn't like the throw brick, run to checkpoint kind of idea of Last of Us. And I didn't like the story because when I first thought of Last of Us, it was very much a Walking Dead, but in video game form. That's literally what I thought of it as. And, you know, everybody loved Walking Dead back in the day, right? Walking Dead is one of those like critically acclaimed AMC theater type of game, AMC channel type of games, type of series, but it just never jived with me. Why are we having a TV series about a zombie universe? I grew up. I'm an old man, chat room. Okay. All right. I just want ninjas. I just want a zombie film like George A. Romero style. Have it be like 1.5 hours. 1.5 hour. That's it. That's all I want. You don't need to stretch it out with like characters and plot development. But that's just like my thing. That's just my thing, okay? But yeah, back to Ghost of Tsushima, right? I really liked Ghost of Tsushima because it is like a retelling of like Jin's traumatic past, you know, stuff like that. Like you could definitely see here, right? The main villain in this game is, of course, another Mongol, right? Another Mongol. She is like the eagle priestess that gives Jin like some funky sake juice, and he starts hallucinating all over the place. Like he starts seeing like ghosts of his like family members and loved ones, shit like that, man. All pointing to like his father, which is like the origins of like Jin and his complicated past with his daddy. How Jin wanted to be like a poet or like a musician, but became like a samurai because Mongols. All right. Oh shit. What was it? But yeah, it's really fun. It's if again, it felt like playing the game again, and I really dig that about it. Um, of course, like the oh no, sorry, that's like safe for outro, right? Oh yeah, the ending of Ghost of Tsushima Iki Island is that Jin confronts his father's burial site, which is like a big like cherry blossom tree, and he confronts his like killer that did it, which is like an ally he meets up in this game, but he resolves like to save the ally and kill the eagle instead of like petty spiteful vengeance, which that could have been taken the Last of Us 2 route. So I'm glad that like Ghost of Tsushima got like the expansion that it got. It's just like the only complaint I have with like this game, because it's almost like the same vein as Final Fantasy VII. I want a Ghost of Tsushima 2. I want to see where Jin goes to after this game that debuted on PS4. Man, this game is great. This game is awesome. I wish there was more, you know? I wish there was more, but no. Jeez, man. But yeah, that's like another worthy mention, right? That's another worthy mention. Now,